Hey everyone, it's Mark Rentz with the Rentz team here at Keller Williams, and I hope this video finds you doing well. Hey, I wanted to talk to you just for a few minutes about something I think all of us in life struggle with and deal with from time to time. You know, this morning as I got up and went through my morning routine, I spent a little bit of time on Facebook and just came across some very inspirational videos, and one of them really made an impact on me, and I wanted to share it with you. And it was this whole idea about failure, and I just wanted to share with all of you and encourage you today. Remember that failure doesn't have to be final. There are many times in life where we can come across challenges, whether they're relational or business, or maybe even we're not living up to be the man or the woman or the person that we envisioned that we were going to be. And, you know, discouragement can come in and really challenge us and make us want to look at our past and look at our failures and give up. But today, I just want to share with you and encourage you. If you're out there and you've had some failures in your life, and inevitably we all have, and some are big and some are not so big. But if you're dealing with a failure, I want you to know today that failure doesn't have to be final. That failure doesn't have to be the end. I want to tell you something. You can allow failure to stop you, or you can be determined and say, I will not allow this failure to stop me, but I'm going to even use this failure to help grow me. You know, for winners and for people that have learned to overcome, they actually use failure as a fuel. They use it as a motivation. And interestingly enough, there's now a new commercial on TV where you have some of the most well-known athletes talk about how to succeed. And Michael Jordan saying, if you want to know how to succeed, then don't make your sophomore basketball team, and others that talked about failing in a Super Bowl or failing at something great they were striving for. The good news is, everyone, that all of us have experienced failure. The difference between people that move on is they don't stop. They are determined not to allow failure to keep them from moving forward. There are four things I just want to say really quickly to help you understand how you can help failure not be the end and help it not to be the final word over your life. Number one, I think it's important that when we fail, we acknowledge our failure. You know, we just can't do things that impact us and ignore them and act like that failure doesn't impact us. We need to acknowledge that failure, because if you don't acknowledge it, you can't avoid it. Second of all, we need to analyze that failure. Look, how many times do you want to go around that same mountain? How many times are you going to keep going through that same set of circumstances before you finally acknowledge and analyze what is it that leads you to that same place? You know, a broken relationship, continuing same patterns of how we deal with people, how we deal with our kids, and having those failures, whether it's losing our temper, whether it's a life-controlling substance. You really need to analyze what's happening in your life. The third thing I want to encourage you with today is you need to forgive yourself. You know, when we fail, we let down ourselves. And not only do you need to forgive yourself, you need to ask others to forgive you. You know, as a dad, there have been times that I have failed my kids. Maybe I've been too short with them or too harsh with them. And I've had to, number one, go to my children and say, you know what, Dad, sorry. I was wrong. I failed you. And I have to forgive myself as well. So forgive yourself, ask others to forgive you. And then finally, I want to encourage you to press on. You know, there's a verse in the Bible that Paul the Apostle said, listen, forgetting what is behind me, I press on towards the mark. Don't give up. Don't let failure determine your future. Failure's not final. There's hope. There's second chances. You can be successful. Listen, you may have had a setback, but if you determine not to give up, that setback could actually be the starting point for your greatest comeback. Hope that encourages you today. Failure is not final. Have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully I'll see you on our blog site again soon.